Let me tell you the story about one of my worst clients ever. So a couple months ago, this girl messaged me on Instagram wanting to get her nails done, and she seemed quite nice. You know how you can kind of tell when someone's a bit shady on Instagram. But though she was friendly, she was complimenting my work, so I thought, okay, she must be genuine. So I booked her in, I did the set, it was all good, until it came time for her to pay. She says to me, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to bring my wallet. Is it okay if I just book another appointment for 2 weeks' time, and when I come, I'll pay you for both sets?" And at first I was kind of skeptical, but as I said, she was really friendly to me throughout the whole thing, so I thought, okay, it must be fine. So 2 weeks later, she shows up for her second appointment, and everything seems to be going fine until near the end, she gets a surprising phone call from her friend saying that it's an emergency and she has to leave ASAP. And obviously at that point, I knew exactly what was going on. But before I could get a chance to say anything, she gets up and she starts walking out the door. And I'm like, "Hey, are you gonna pay me for the 2 sets?" And she's like, "Hey, I don't have any cash on me. Is it okay if I just bank transfer you as soon as I get home?" And at this point, you're probably thinking, "Victoria, please tell us that you stopped handing me her pay." Yeah, no. So if you know me, you know I'm not a confrontational person at all, so I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt and I let her leave. Later that evening, I still hadn't received anything, so I messaged her, but no reply. I messaged her again the following day, again no reply. I was so frustrated and angry, you guys, but you'll never believe what happened 2 months later. Go to part 2. Part 2 of my worst client story time. So 2 months later, I'm just chilling. At that point, I had kind of accepted the fact that she wasn't going to pay and I had just wasted all of my time, energy, and effort. But I thought, it is what it is. Let me just move on with my life. So as I said, I was just chilling one day and all of a sudden I get a notification on my phone from my mobile banking app. And I didn't think anything of it, so I just clicked to see who it's from and I see her name. And when I tell you guys, I was shocked. I was like, no way she actually sent me the money. Like when I tell you guys, I was literally so surprised. I was like, no way. And then a couple of minutes later, I get a text message from her saying, "Hey girl, I'm sorry about the delay. I just had a bit of a family emergency, but I've sent you the money now, so is it okay if you book me in for another set next week?" I read that and I was like, girl, be for real. Like, after 2 months of ghosting me, ain't no way she's actually being serious right now. So I just text her back saying, "Hey girl, thanks for the payment, but I'm just fully booked right now, all the best." Like, ain't no way I'm ever working with her ever again. But anyways, that was everything for the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Hey y'all, so I have a story time. My first bad experience with a client. Okay, so I had this client. She's a new client. I've never done her nails before, and she brought in this inspo pic, which was okay. I mean, it really wasn't my style of how I do nails, but I'm not gonna turn her away for that. So the day comes, she gets there, and I welcome her in, and automatically the vibes are off. She's not talking. I'm asking like, "How are you?" Like, no response, and it just felt like really awkward. Anyways, time goes on. I finish her nails. I asked her, "Hey, like, is everything good? Do you like your nails?" She said yes, everything's cool. She pays me, and then she leaves. So tell me why, like 10 minutes later, I hear a knock at my door, and I go into the door, and she's there, and she's like, "I want a refund. I don't like my nails." And I was like, "Oh, like, what don't you like about them? What can I fix? Can I fix anything to make them how you want them?" And she's like, "Well, my friend told me they're crooked and I just don't like them." So I asked her to point it out to me, and she really didn't point it out to me. She would just constantly tell me I want my refund. So I offered to sit her down and try to fix anything that she doesn't like. I ended up taking the crystals off that she had, and she's constantly just telling me like she wants her refund. And I was trying to explain to her that, hey, like, I did this full set on you, I used all these crystals on you, and now I can't, it's not like I can reuse this stuff, you know. So she's just in my ear about refund, and I could just tell it wasn't going anywhere. So I gave her the refund, and you know, she left. But honestly, I feel like she played me. But anyways, what would you do in this situation? Also, the client on this video is not the same client, but her nails turned out so cute. Period.
Worst client story time. I was only doing nails for about 2 weeks, but she knew I was a beginner. She told me she was proud of me, so this lady booked a short white square full set. She was about 10 minutes late, $10 late fee. After I was done, she paid me $60. She paid $40 for her nails, $10 late fee, and tipped me $10, my first ever tip. She told me she loved her nails and left my studio. A week later, she messages me telling me she hates her nails and that I need to refund her or she's going to go public, so I said, go ahead. She then posts my full name, Instagram, number, and address on all of her social media platforms explaining that I can't do nails. So obviously, I told my older sister, and she decided to put her on blast on live.
Okay guys, let me tell you about this client. So basically she came in and look, she had some Cheeto dust on her nails. It was my day off. She texted me if she could come in, and I was like, you know what, I already did all my errands, that's fine. And with the nail, I don't do soak off. She came with a nail. Anywho, she asked me to come in on my day off, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with my errands, that's fine, just come in. And then she came, and that was what I had to work with, you know, a little crusty. We were going for this pink Frenchie with some charm set, and I took her in just because she was one of my first clients, like, ever, like, when my nails came lumpy, bumpy, grumpy, you know, back in the day. So I was like, you know what, you've been with me since day one, of course, whatever, that's fine, I have time. Anywho, we did Frenchies on the 3 fingers, and then we did this cute little crocodile pink print on the pinky and the thumb, and we added these like cute like cross charms, and they were all different for all 4 fingers. I only put it on the pinky and the middle finger. So this is me adding the 3D croc to the 2 fingers. And yes, I flicked her finger because she just got me mad, you know? Why are you using your phone? I told you not to use your phone if you have oil on your nails. But anywho, look at how cute they came out. And then she couldn't pay me, so I told her, you're gonna have to like sweep or something. And then so this is a story time on the worst client experience I have ever encountered. So this girl met me off of Instagram. She found me on Instagram, and she was trying to be my friend. So I'm like, you know, a little bit weary off that, because I'm like, okay, like, you trying to be my friend so you get free cents, like, what you trying to do? But I was like, you know what, let me try it out. Before I even met her, she was trying to text me and be cool with me. She asked me for $20. She was like, can you do me a favor? Can you cash out me $20? I'll send it right back. And I was like, what? Like, ma'am, I never even met you. Like, I don't even know you like that. Like, we just text here and there, and you are asking me for $20? But I sent it trying to be nice, and she sent it back to me. So I was like, okay, well, she seems trustworthy. And mind you, I ain't had it $25 because it wasn't like I was making money at a salon anyway. But I did. Anyway, so she finally booked or whatever. And when she got there, it seemed like she known me for years, the way she was so comfortable with me. So she was telling me about herself, and I truly felt bad for her. So she was like suffering from mental illnesses and stuff, and I can low-key tell, like, you know, not judging or nothing, but, you know, I was like, okay, maybe she just needs somebody to vent to, because everybody needs somebody to vent to. But she kept stopping my service because I guess her pants were really tight, and she had like to itch or whatever, so she kept going to the bathroom, and I was just like, ma'am, like, TMI. But, like, you know, that's a little nasty. And plus, like, you're stopping my service. So I ended up being there pretty late. This is going to have to be a part 2. But the whole service, like, she was just so loud. And it was honestly irritating me, because it's like, girl, like, calm down a little bit. Like, you don't have to be that loud. And she was just giving me like so much information. It's like, I don't judge people, but girl, I just met you. Like, chill out a little bit. Like, let me ease into it, because I'm very calm. Like, I don't like loud noises. I don't like none of that. And she was being so loud and like a bit ignorant. Like, it was just aggravating. But, you know, I was trying to be there for her, be nice. And I'm like, yeah. So she was telling me about this dude that she messing with. who likes her, who got money or whatever. He's picking her up and stuff, and she was comparing herself to the ex. She was telling me his business and all this sorts. So it's gonna have to be a part 2. So I'm just going to be telling you guys about one of my worst experiences with a client. So I've been doing nails for about 4 months, and I'm so blessed to have so many nice clients, and I think this was my only really bad experience. So I had booked this girl in for around 6:30, and she basically came with her friend, even though I have a no plus ones policy unless you're booking together. They were both really sweet at first, so I didn't really care too much. You know, it is what it is. I couldn't really do anything at that point. So they were kind of bickering within themselves. Like, I couldn't really tell what was happening, but it was getting very awkward. The situation basically ended up being my client's friend was messaging my client's ex, and apparently they were together like the night before or something. It was very awkward for me because I did not know how to act in that situation, and we were only an hour into the appointment as well. So it basically broke into a fight, as in a literal physical fight. I was so shocked. The friend basically knocked over half of my nail stuff. At this point I was getting so mad. I don't have enough time to finish it off in this part, but I will make a part 2.